Hello, everyone. How's it going? Thank you for joining me another live stream. Hey, Lily. I'm glad to see you here again. How's your day going? So mysterious. Mm-hmm. You only could see it in person. It's going good? That's good to hear. My day is going well as well. I went through everyone's VODs yesterday. After the stream. It was so interesting how we've all experienced a wedding. I thought, from my point of view, I think it was in the thinking about like 1,000 different things, trying to read everyone's messages, so many things, and then everyone else was like, chill. I was like, I swear it was a lot more chaotic than this. But everyone looks like it had fun. Yeah, they are chill. Weird? I don't think they're weird. Everyone's unique. And I like unique. They all seem like very fun and happy people. And I like that. What about you, Lily? I didn't see your I didn't see your perspective. How did it go for you? Did you have fun too? Where was I? Sultan string. Okay, so last thing I was doing here. We got a message from Utah, so we have to go see what's going on in Utah.
Alphino says, well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Ehrenwald? Ehrenwald says I am at your beck and call.
Lee says, and I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins, and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nornormo my regards, Cyber.
Alphino says and ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return.
Also, I have to get right down, or at least coordinate, or not coordinate. Coordinate is the wrong word. Get everyone's information down, because I think people were changing oaths too, so I wasn't sure who everyone was or attending, and if they're streaming, when are they're streaming for I could watch them. Because everyone was so cool, even though just a couple of odds I saw, and especially play games together if they're down to. I joined the discords of everyone. I think the two that you sent me, or I know about, and I gotta introduce myself. Yeah, I think I'll introduce myself again to the discords. I don't know what to write about myself. I feel like I haven't, you know, I have a loose idea how to describe myself, but I'm still building it as I go, like my identity. I have a plan, in my current state. I don't know if I should state my current state or my future state. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll ask him. Today I'll message in the Discord later and then see what's their stream schedules like. Okay, so what am I doing here? I gotta go see the throne room. Samuel Small-IO, is that it? Small-IO is still in the Realm Reborn, and Bittersweet Bun just started Heaven's War. That's good. If they need help with queuing up, I could help them too. Make it go a little faster, but what? Let me see. What was Bun? Just let them know. Got it. I was like, what were their classes? In the Discord server. I feel like there was a third streamer. 2. The one that had the long coat, you know? Do you remember the race? Bun is a bunny. I think... Oh, you're talking about the person, the third one? I think he was a human. Huron. Oh, maybe it was him. Why I feel like there was a third person? No, it's only 2. I don't know why. I thought there was a third person that was streaming.
Bartholomew says you are expected, my lord. Please proceed.
So yeah, it was Small-IO. Oh, okay. So yeah, it was Small-IO, the human.
Answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy. The liberation of
Not very formal.
far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel. I speak of Rauban and his future.
Hmm? Same face.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo.
You think you're gonna lose him?
And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side.
You think he's forcing?
Open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, And beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt.
You want to release him of his chain? We could live his life like you want.
Whether Raubon chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by... Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him?
Exactly.
It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
When was the last time you saw that? In the very beginning? Before level 10 or something?
Might I have your company for a brief adventure? Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
But this was so this was my backup in case everyone was in like a dress and a suit. I was gonna change to this real quick in case I had the wrong attire. Where does she want to meet? Oh, outside. Oh, the Venture Guild. Okay. The city seems livelier now. Like the possibility of me finding people that I know out and about in the cities. Oh.
Norlorma Ulnamo says perchance you remember Lilira, the merchant's daughter? This is the persona I assume when I venture beyond the palace walls to observe my subjects unnoticed.
I remember.
Ordinarily, Paparson would accompany me, but for this particular outing I need an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life, in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nold.
A little nostalgia. Going on adventures with the little princess. Or Sultana. Royalty, basically. Be careful now. Oh. Ooh. Okay. A wild chocobo has appeared.
Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in squalor, at the mercy of the elements and Thanalan's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is. And unless blessed by the hand of Nold himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Uldar. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamego and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me.
Your hand You have done your best, Your Grace. Your hands have been tied, Your Grace. It's true. It is also true. I say your hands that you've been tied, really.
Yes, my authority is limited, and that is an obstacle I must work to overcome. Shall we press on? I will follow the road to the unholy air.
Also, I got 2 things for the minion drop for the wedding. This is one of them. Let me see. I haven't had a chance to see it. Oh, a little Koopa with flowers. And here, the other one. I was wondering where it showed up, where it's gonna be. The demon box. Why is it a demon box? I just got legs. Does it open up? Does it have feet? It has feet. Let's maybe use this one for now. Okay, let's go. Damn, she's fast. I don't think she even has a mount. She already beat me to it.
It was here, in this wholly unremarkable place. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interests in Eastern Thanalan when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Rauban once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth.
Hey Ellie, I see your message. I would think about it and let you know on Discord.
Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by the monetarists, we could only have brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for real use. I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarists' damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind.
Imagine the frustration. You want to do good, but you trying to change the power got more people hurt.
Come, let us return to Uldar and visit the Colosseum.
Huh? Oh. I thought I saw someone. This is Colosseum. We haven't done any battles here, right? Must be a class of war that fights here. Or yeah, war class.
From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years, I simply signed where I was told to sign, and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life. For it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Rauban. The match I
Backstory.
had been invited to attend was not at all what I expected. They had pitted the bull of Alamhigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Rauban to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Rauban had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did. And when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theatre. But as you know, Rauban is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the Bloodsands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom but a seat on the syndicate. And then I had my blade.
Damn. Does that much they pay you to fight for them? I should have done that in the beginning. You know, science got no benefits. Maybe healthcare. They're so slow compared to him.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Sham. Rabbi!
I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine.
Jumping on his back is diabolical.
With you, you've become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar, and so, as tradition dictates, Rauban Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
It's so nice.
Words cannot well express what that man means to me.
Wait, hold up. Hold up.
Those who care deeply for my well-being. Of course, Paparson's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild.
Um, sorry. I really wanna play Stardew Valley as well. And I saw that Bun Bun is gonna stream it on Sunday, which this Sunday I might not stream because I stream on Thursday. So either AFK stream where I'm just farming and stuff, or an offline one. Either way, I would love to be part of Bun Bun's town if they're still open. All right, get back to the
On
stream.
matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Rauban, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me.
Stewed river bread, Doman tea, permission and pudding. Wow, we haven't gotten gold in so long. I just realized. No wonder we've been going broke. I'm taking the gold.
We must make haste. My absence will
I gotta stay in Utah if I want to make money.
Sworn for long, and there are other places I would visit. To the Azanath ossuary.
It's been a long time since I got gold, so I hope those money pouches were giant. Okay, back to the homeland. So this is Shadowbringer, I think. We should finish it by this weekend, I feel
When
like.
the calamity threatened, Rauban led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartano, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louiswa would have the power to rouse the 12. Since that day, I have made a custom of visiting this shrine during each of my little excursions. Here, I seek the blessing of Thul, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana.
Since that day, I have made custom of visiting the shrine during each of my little excursions. Here I seek blessing of Thal.
You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. a sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Uldar. I have chosen my path, Cyber. With Alamhago now freed from imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already, many displaced Alamhagan seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan school in Ralgor's reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits.
But the connection you guys could have would be amazing. A whole new nation in debt to you guys for helping them, one, the whole time that they had no nation, and then freeing their nation, and then helping us start. Isn't that what the US did with the Lend-Lease program in Europe? Gave a ton of money to Europe, and then because of that, they had like a say in how the country were rebuilt.
Nornorma all Nemo says, but we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time the Uldar N Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question.
Why not seek the advice of one who employs refugees? That is a bad idea because we know who that is, and that person is bad. Might you ask a member of the syndicate for advice? Might you ask a member of the syndicate? I mean, unless we talk about the female Lalafell in the syndicate, she's good. I gotta go with employee refugee. Maybe there's someone else that's good.
Nornorma all Nemo says a wise suggestion. Mayhap
Oh, right.
the Gold Saucer
They
is
do hire.
its proprietor is a member of the syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage.
Right.
I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Mandeville?
Yeah. We had funny stories.
Then I need not explain his eccentric nature. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us.
What did I just get spammed with? Oh, bars. Bars opening up. I gotta unlock more dancing modes before I go to a bar. Okay. Airship landing, okay.
I have ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. I must confess to some excitement.
What the? Oh, I thought there was someone dancing next to me. Oh, this is... I'm going with the Sultana. To... What's it called? 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 The Gold Saucer. They're gonna like, why is the princess on board? How did that happen? Alright, I gotta buy a lottery ticket. I haven't bought it since I moved.
I had heard descriptions of its splendor, yet I never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting.
You never been here before?
I
I
couldn't
mean,
possibly dash. We did not come here to fritter away the royal coin.
come on, we could flip it, and you know, we bring back the money for the country, and then money for us. We just gotta play it on black.
Godric will be expecting us come. Let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these gaudy temptations.
She said no. No time for pleasure. Just work. Where's his office? She knows this place much better than me because I have no. Oh, upstairs.
I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Mandeville. Shall we sit while we await his coming?
What the hell? There's a pigeon in my window.
Godbert says my apologies, Your Grace. I've kept you waiting.
Nornormal Ul Namo says no apologies are necessary, Godbert. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice.
Godbert says when the intrepid Cyberbolt and the Sultana herself come calling, there is no more important engagement.
Yeah, you gotta hurry.
Nornormal Ul Namo says as to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanalan. You are aware, I am sure, that many of Alamhiga's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland. And you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might best be distributed?
Let's see the business and
Godbert says, the unusual circumstances of our meeting, and Your Grace's choice of companion, would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is, stop. Taxing Ulda's wealth to save Alamhigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea.
Nornormal Ul Namo says you oppose my proposition.
Godbert says most emphatically, I agree with Your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment,
Employment, what?
but what profit is there for Ulda in this arrangement?
future profit.
Nornormal Ul Namo says profit. After all you have done for Gir Obinyaz displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek to benefit from their misfortune.
Godbert says forgive me, Your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it
Right.
not?
Wait 1 second.
For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Ulda's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Alam Hago, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill?
Yes.
Nornorma all Nemo says indeed, then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Ulda.
One second. Okay. No more distractions,
Says
sorry.
exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Olympians, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of their subjects.
Nornorma All-Name says you have given me much to ponder, Lord Mandeville. I thank you for your candor.
So they have to be self-sufficient, and the people of Alamigo also don't rely on people's pity on them. They want to do stuff for themselves, work on themselves. So yeah, like they said, lend lease. They give them the money, but you have to pay it back.
Profit. The thought never even crossed my mind. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lesson learned, and press on. Cyber, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business.
With any successful merchants, who are successful that we know? Let's see. We have Limzo. Any merchants? Maybe pirates? Gridania? Not really. Oh, I know. The people of the Eastern Trading Corporation or something like that. Oh, actually, Tataru could do it.
I would not trust any agent of the
I got it.
trading company, but if you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem,
There you see, I got it. I knew exactly they were going to talk about.
my faith by journeying to distant Kukone and speaking with him on my behalf.
Any way the wind blows. I think I already done that one.
No, all says eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Etherite in Uldar. A fair journey to you, Cyber, and a swift one, if you please.
He's dropping buckets. Oh, nah. She wants me to travel today. Let's see. Is there a shortcut? Algiri? Maybe that's a shortcut. Let me see. How close am I? Not really. A little bit closer. It's not that good. Okay. Okay, the Eastern Trading Company.
East Aldnard Trading Company 8 says greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices?
Yes, I should have VIP. Just let me straight in.
Hancock says Cyber. To what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? I beg your pardon? Her Grace the Sultana, what of my opinion on how best to invest the wealth of Ul'dah? My dear Cyber, I have you to thank for this recognition, I am sure. And I am flattered that you came to me. Truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice, when you could have the master? Upon matters of profit, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolo Rito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garderobe with gold.
No, we don't trust him. We trust you.
I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say, at the Science former headquarters in Thanalin. The Waking Sands would seem a suitably neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Fare you well, Cyber, and may your dealings prove fruitful.
No way I'm gonna come all the way here for you to tell me to go to the Walking Sand. I'm gonna charge you. Where's my spell? You shall pay for this.
You will not find a shrewder merchant than...
No, it's because I chose the wrong option. We fighting. Summon your creature. Attack. I chose the wrong option. If I said the syndicate, then he would have. I would have been straight there. That's so frustrating. Yeah, like I could use a network to get there. Oh, my return is not even ready. Sultana, I need a refund on this travels. This is business related. $1,800. That's almost how much the glasses cost.
merchant friend have any useful advice to share? With Lolo Rito? And you agreed to this? I am well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monetarists at arm's length, and him in particular.
The enemy of my enemy, something like that.
Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Uldar effectively.
But you're asking him for advice, which puts you in a position of weakness.
Very well. I will meet with Lolo Rito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. So this is where the Scions first congregated. I have heard many tales, but never had occasion to visit. To work, then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves.
A personal summons from the Scions. This...
He just ruined Lalafels for me.
You have made your point. It is indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
That's why he wears it. Wait, what is that? What is that gif? Bun. I know where that's from, which is cursed, but that gif is cursed.
There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I'm glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo.
He's not gonna like that.
Reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate. But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Uldar and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more. To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Uldar. Ha! I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified my plan, just as I knew you would. Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I. Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Investment. Probably will be throw something. One, the Doman citizens are gonna start to leave their lands and head back. Meaning that there's going to be a need for workforces. And it's at the front of Alamigo. I don't know those names. Give me 1 second. I gotta Google them. Google time. Algania. Oh, perfect. Someone already Googled that before. Oh, right. Right, wait. Let me see a picture of them. That will like get my memory refreshed. Oh, the quarries. Okay. One was the stone masonry. Right. And Algeria. Algeria, I know, is a flourishing city, but I don't know what industry they were before. And the Salties theory. What was it?
Sorry, there's nothing to
What?
repeat.
Oh my god, Siri, don't scare me. I said salt, not Siri. I have. Any idea, Lily? The Sultry? Thank you, Lily. Very wise, very wise.
Ah, yes, that desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Sultry and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution. much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as Your Grace desired.
A deal is struck then.
So the salt tree it is. The citizens have work. Udall has a commodity that they really need. Everyone needs salt.
I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. But I shall not complain. We have piqued Lorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Cyber.
You know,
I
you're
cannot
brave.
have it without you.
You're brave because after everything we've been through with him, even trying to kill us or take over or poison us, whatever. She still made an agreement. Permission leaf. More money. We need money. Once we in the Weaver class, we can make all our money back from all the outfits that we made.
Our course is decided. I shall return to the palace and have my ministers begin work on implementing the particulars of the plan. If I could prevail upon you one more time, Cyber, I would ask that you convey the details of our negotiations to Commander Hext on your return to Alamhigo. My thanks again. Together, we have laid the groundwork for an endeavor which promises to benefit the peoples of Alamhigo and Uldar both.
Where am I going? There we go. No, that's the sawdust. Old habits die hard. How much she paid me, Rex? She refunded me for the trip. It's alright then in my book. I still feel bad for the stone masonry guy. He said if he only had people that he would the industry would flourish. Okay. Liz? We speak with Liz?
Lise says Cyber. You're back. What did Normo? Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk
No,
about
no,
your
no.
plans for the Sultana? So, Rauban says he's going to return to Uldar, but she isn't sure he wants to. Tell us something we don't know. But I'm pleased to hear she's committed to helping our refugees come home.
Alphino says, and this plan to revitalize the Saltery does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolo Rito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn to for advice.
Yeah, it was a crazy result.
But on a more practical note, Lise, assuming the interim government elects to accept Uldar's proposal, I have one caveat I should like you to include in the bargain. Alamhigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a...
Lise says honestly, Alphino, it's like Kuborne never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first, though, we need to discuss this proposal with the Saltry's residents. Whiskar, how do you fancy explaining the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what thinks
Grandfather?
before agreeing to anything.
Whisker says right.
He has a fancy grandfather?
Would you mind coming along, Cyber? I might need you to fill in the details. Alphino says then I shall come as well. Should Watt wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful.
Oh, okay. It's the place we've never been to. Whoa. Look at his face. Who is this? Another hero of Uda? We really haven't talked about this guy. He's the coolest mob I've seen so far.
Watt says what manner of mischief brings you youngins to old Watt this time, eh? Whisker says they want to rebuild the Saltery. Grandad. Cyber, tell him about the deal. Watt says, well, bugger me. We've never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. There's
Oh,
just
look.
one small wrinkle
They're
in the
working.
plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who goes near the shore.
We
The
need
king
soldiers.
sent soldiers to call the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help the likes of us.
And now the new kings.
Whisker says, don't worry, Grandad, we'll take care of all that. Commander Hext has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. Watt says I'd appreciate that, Whisker, my lad, truly I would. So, does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? Whisker says I've been training, aye, but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Cyber? Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them?
I mean,
Let's not waste any
I
time.
got magic, so unless you want to learn how to use magic.
Alphino says whilst you are busy attending to the local farm, I shall have Master Watt explain to me exactly what is required to restore the Saltry to its former glory.
Alright. I see one creature over there in the distance.
Whisker says right then, Simon. Search your surroundings for Yagis. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out.
Discover the weak points. I don't know what his weak points is. for the jaw. I got a weak jaw. Ah, that's easy. Just a left hook and over. It's sad that it has a weak jaw. Oh, because it was shaking? That's why it was weak?
His entire body is protected by a hard carapace, but the underside of the head looks soft and vulnerable. Ah, looks like you found a yabby. They say hitting their shells like smacking a rock. Any suggestions?
On this side of the head, just hit it as hard as you can. That's a technique I would do.
Vulnerable under the head, are they? Right then. Wish me luck.
God, I should go with him. I want him to die. Oh, he did it. There was never a doubt.
Thanks, Cyber. I did just as you told me and the wave kit went down like a sack of poplars. Let's find something else.
Oh, you got a taste for blood. Now he wants to devour them.
I think I can handle the yabbies now, so we should try something different. What else is out there?
The people with the hands?
Surroundings for feedbacks. You may move the...
Yep. Oh, the little balls on the side of him? Maybe those are weak points. His eyes? Without it, can't see me.
The feedback's hands are large and powerful, but destroying its crystallized core should render the salt golem inanimate. You sense power pulsating from behind its brow. Ah, a feedback. How do I defeat one of those?
Why do they keep giving me those options? You just want him to die?
Inside its head, is it? I'll try to stab it right between the eyes. Then.
Why does it look like that? He turned into a pancake.
It's not easy, fighting with the Liberator of Alamigo watching your every move. But I got the job done. Thanks for the advice, Cyber. I feel a lot better prepared for my patrols now. Anyway, we should head back to the saltery before Granddad starts to worry I've been snipped into pieces and fed to a Gabby's hatchlings. Watt says I see you've returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? Whisker says I fought them myself, after a bit of instruction from Cyber here. Like, once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Watt says good luck. A fine young man you've become, Whisker. A fine young man, indeed. Too often of late, I hear tales of folk over in the city, drunk on victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Saltery ready to welcome our long-lost countrymen.
They have a lot to do. We have to build all the facilities, amenities, housing. You're gonna get a migration of people.
Alphino says it seems Whisker has the Saltery's security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Watt, and completed my inspection of the site. With a little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Flame Scout says message from General Alden. Apologies for the interruption, sir, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience.
Uh-oh. Maybe you heard I went to speak with the Sultana.
Alphino says do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt, and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Ul'dah. You should go. Flame Scout says General Alden asked that you wait for him by the main gate in the Alamhigan port. My apologies again, sir. Fare you well.
Look at this guy. Come on, man. That's light work. Light work. You could do it. Fame for display. All that muscle and just for show. No strength behind it. Can I just go over it? See? That wasn't so hard.
Apologies for the wait. People are screaming for the butcher's blood again.
Oh
No sooner
god.
have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Yeah.
Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Oh, the remnants of the resistance.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
They brought them to the walls. Because of them, the dragon got summoned. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of the resistance lost people. Zeno's got a weapon. The lives will be forfeit. Execution is not the answer. Execution is not the answer. Their lives will be forfeited. These were the Crystal Braves before. And they conspired. They conspired, lied, robbed, killed. And I lost Minfilia because of them. Execution it is.
Hear, hear. There is no more fitting sentence for the perpetrators of such a massacre, and that is but one of their crimes. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes our business here.
They took Minfilia away from me. They shall die.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Alamegan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't.
You just had to wait a little longer. You see? A year later and we got it.
But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Alamigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness.
Her new leadership. Who's the new leadership? Liz?
Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Really? The bull will be a scion, huh?
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Wow. To give up his home that he could live and rule even to maintain his oath.
Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Enjoy peace, that your home is free.
Raubon says that took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that's settled. Erinvold, what news? Erinvold says we may have a problem, sir. A group of Ananda has arrived at the main gates.
Oh god.
These are Kalayana, the ones that summon the primal. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lisa's trying to reason with them, but she may need help. Pippin says an invitation was extended to all of the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Kalayana would refuse it out of hand. Raubon says we had best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle.
Oh wait, they want to attack the council? Participate is good.
You've dealt with these Kalayana before. I have you at my side.
They're gonna call me kin killer again. I got lost. Up? On this level. Oh, you guys have your sword out. You're really not. It's not really not looking good for you guys.
Lys says Cyber. Raubon. Gods, it's good to see you.
Shanti says the Slayer has come.
The Slayer has come.
We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You claim to seek harmony with all who called your Avanya home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta.
Leave your swords.
Lys says it is our wish, and you are welcome. But we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will all be returned to you when the meeting is over.
Shanti says, we will do as you wish, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. Resistance Captain says I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise. And we will have people standing guard. Raubon says let them keep their swords. Shanti says then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber.
Wait, but she also summoned a primal without any crystals. So she could summon a primal again.
Raubon says why do I have the feeling we've welcomed a viper into our midst?
Okay. Like, they gave me a lot of gear right now. Let me unlock it. Maining coffer. Weapons coffer. Mini coffer. That thing's a sword. I don't think I. Let me just open it. Screw it. Maining. Yeah, I don't think I got. None of that is for me. Yeah, no. And this one? Oh. We got something. A new book. Looks. It looks good. Sort of like. Ooh. Fancy writing. Okay. Wait, I gotta change my look. Can't be fighting like this. Was it unsafe here? Return of the boat. Tyro?
This Kalayana elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of the tribe. What think you, Cyber? Aye, it is said that once a creature has fallen under the sway of a prana, there is no salvation. And I strongly doubt the Kalayana have suddenly broken free of Lakshmi's will. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The guard must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about pranas. Can we rely on the science? Aaron Bold says I'll round up our comrades and send them to the Alamigan port. You can go on ahead if you like, Cyber. Raubon says my thanks. I will see you in the palace.
Before this, I don't know, instance battle or trial or duty, or I mean any duty, I'm gonna drink some water first. Hopefully it stops before then.
Aaron Bold says Cyber. I've brought reinforcements. Alphino says Aaron Bold told me of the arrival of our unexpected guests, and I agreed that it would be prudent to call upon Ishtola and Thancred as well.
Ishtola says one can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled.
Thancred says I am not familiar with the Kalayana tribe myself, but Alizé's report suggested that they shunned contact with other races. Despised it, in fact, even compared to other Ananda. Alphino says indeed. This apparent reversal in attitude was most curious.
They have to
No
be
one
planning
accepted
something.
response to our invitation, much less an envoy, and I imagine Lise was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Aaron Bold says, speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves?
Ishtola says if the meeting is to be held in the throne room, it would seem wise to have eyes both inside and outside the palace.
Thancred says he's stolen, and I can stand guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch over proceedings in the throne room itself. Alphino says understood. We should join General Alban inside. Aaron Bold says Cyber, do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city, at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let us pass.
Alright, I'm gonna go drink the water now. I'll be right back. I am back. There's something about taking vitamin D pills that make me sleepy. Because yesterday I was even more, how would I say it, busy. And I was okay. And even when I got back from work, I was okay, but took the vitamin D pills and the tiredness came over me. Wait, maybe I should go to the local mender. Is anyone online?
Resistance Guard says you're with the Science, sir? General Alden left orders that you were to be escorted inside.
This is the first time we're inside. Oh boy. Recognize that person, recognize. Suspicious, have never seen that person.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Alamigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in?
The flag.
For me, it was that empty throne. It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place?
No one wants to become like the mankin.
Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
That's a good. I'm easily impressed, so I don't know. Is that good? But I think that was. Wait, not like an actual circle. Get a table. But I guess this is normal for a lot of amigos.
Slightly done. Lise has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
You probably hear a noise.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ravenford. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kalyan. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
The Ananta. Wish only that those who dwell within Gir Abania devote themselves to our faith.
Oh my god. She got turned.
You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi! Lady of bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
What the hell? How did she summon?
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
We have to take control of it. If we use the power echo, we could control it too. We know it is possible, and we have the original echo.
God damn it! The guards were already turned! Fools!
Oh god.
No, you don't!
The Kaliana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvold to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
Alright, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
This is one against all of them.
Who will be next to die on my steel?
It's time to chill. How nice of them.
Aaron Bolt says, how do we fight her without leaving our allies wide open? We can't stay on the back foot forever. No, damn it. If I think like that, we've already lost. I have the warrior of light on the side. We can do this. Isn't that right, Simon? Use the greedy action to deflect to dissipate the ether sphere's watchmen releases during the battle.
Dissipate.
Be warned that allowing an ally to be enthralled by an ether sphere will result in failure.
Oh god. Alright. You gotta get ready. The spell, the spell. Where is that? That one. Okay, I did it. Okay. Keep an eye on that. You're gonna do it again.
I offer you peace and serenity.
They get all of them. Okay. Oh my god.
Shall free you from your hate.
Oh my god. No way. I got someone.
Damn it all. It's only a matter of time before we
Oh, I got Drew.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
And that was. I did not expect it to come up. Alright, so are you gonna be in charge of it? If you want to attack, hand the beauty, I don't care. I gotta take advantage that you're not using that skill. Okay, they're free. There she is. Run? Okay. What do you want? Ready? Oh, she could dispel too? Oh, that's definitely a help.
your souls weigh heavy?
No way. Okay, we passed the halfway. 30% left. She's gonna start becoming desperate. She's gonna sacrifice herself. We're still so far away. Oh no, we're so far away. 20 seconds. We did it? I didn't think we were nowhere close.
We did it! We beat her!
Man, you were fundamental to this win. That walk-in.
What is this? I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Alamigo. Your choice.
Wow.
Seven hells. It's her, the butcher.
They all have felt damage from her. He feels it all.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you. For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
Oh my god. Wow. That hit me hard. That was good. I think that was the most impactful moment I've had so far. Sorry, the music was too loud.
Well fought, Saga, Ehrenvold. That was a near thing.
Raubon says our stand against the Kalayana would have been brief indeed had you not volunteered for guard duty. We'd be enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance.
Lise says security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have guard. It's my fault. My stupid mistake.
Raubon says nay, lass. We were all caught unawares. We will take this as a lesson, and watch our own more carefully in future.
And we have to check the waters. They summon stuff from the... Ooh? I do not know who this is. I'll send you a message on Discord later. Lily, see if you know who this person is. Send me a friend request. I don't know where.
You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldier who first spoke up in favor of the Kalayana keeping their weapon springs tomorrow.
Ishtola says a primal servant is betrayed by his order. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Lise says thanks, Ishtola. We'd appreciate the help.
But where's it going?
Ehrenvold says, speaking of help, I almost fell over when Fedora turned up. What was she even doing there?
Lise says I asked her to come.
Yeah, he needs to do the summary.
Ehrenwald says, well, that explains it, then.
Lise says it's sad, but Ragnfrid was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordola picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordola grew up is partly to blame for what she became, then as an Alamigo, I feel responsible for improving that world.
An optimist. Here we go.
We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes.
Alphino says 'tis a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination.
Lise says thank you, Alphino. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but not one of them seemed ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started.
You know, a little fragment to show you guys who's boss.
Raubon says I will see that you're not interrupted. Cider, you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest. You've earned it.
You know, the rest is for the wicked. We stand firm. Never mind, I'll take this view.
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens.
Movie time.
The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people. It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
You could come back. You know, you rule over there, but you could come back. She's here. Wow, a tower over her.
Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
Raubon Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
Damn, we got demoted and removed.
But, Your Grace...
Raubon, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Alamigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
No, no more.
Aw.
Smile for me, Raubon. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Smiles with tears in their eyes.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Uldar.
Tomorrow you will serve Alamigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
For these moments that we grind.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise. But we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow. No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubon. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
It would seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, Father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Yes, the bull of Alamigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
She's developed a wicked edge to her humor. And you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
Who wouldn't have you?
If, he says. Welcome home, Rauban.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
Everything in the day's work?
Either you are more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Alamigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
Lise says I think it's about time I headed back to Ralgru's Reach. What's next for all of you?
Alphino says Alize will be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you, if you've no objections.
Lise says I'd welcome the company. Cyber, why don't you come along to the Reach as well once you said your farewells, no, and the others?
They always trying to kick me out. I have nothing else.
Upon completion of this quest, you will be able to access the palace rooftop gardens by
Ooh.
speaking to the royal menagerie attendant.
Royal Menagerie Attendant. Alright, don't forget to go there. Oh my god, so much left. Finishing in this weekend might be a stretch, but we'll try.
Well, here we are again. Alize says Alphino has regaled me with a thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves, mid-meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. Nargo says I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thankful and Ishtola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I
Actually,
doubted my own ears.
we didn't even see where that energy came from the water. It must have snuck in crystals.
As others have said, we were lucky to have our but we'll need to keep a closer eye on the Kaliana. Lee says you can say that again. This whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day. But someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings.
Alphino says indeed. Violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in recent times.
Lee says in any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and M tribes first. I plan to have Resistance scouts keep track of the Kaliana's movements at all times. Nago says my parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the Resistance army, out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? Lee says that would be a question for the Resistance newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. Nago says what? The Bull of Alamego? Lee says we call it an army, but the Resistance is really a collection of smaller, independent groups. And when Conrad passed his command on to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Ralgor's Reach. He just happened to be serving as the Resistance spokesman at the time, and needed someone to take over the role while everything was in disarray. But that time has passed. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under the new government, I'll be nominating Rauban as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him.
Alphino says indeed. He is in all respects the ideal choice. Assuming he accepts the post, Alamhigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends.
Lee says I like that. We tend to our promises, and watch as Alamhigo blooms.
Address around. A new minion. We're running out of spots. Hopefully it gets bigger. Okay, Bisetsu? Do you make it to land?
Bisetsu says I do give, thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. But there their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in a city of rich merchants.
No one can send a tail to Domo?
Yatsuyu says these dango are delicious. Will you have one?
What is going on?
Gasetsu says, more sweetbreads? I surrendered my blade to secure what few coins we have.
What happened on the island?
Bah, 'tis like talking to a child.
Uh-oh. She probably got amnesia.
Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know, but I am alive, and I must return to my master's side.
Uh-oh, he's gonna faint again. He needs some food.
Come, Suyu. We shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea.
This is an interesting pair.
Imperial Pilus Prior says, have you read the reports? First Doma, then Alam Hago, and Lord Zenas put to the sword.
Wait, I didn't kill him. He cut his head off.
Believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests, and boast loudly of taking his head, regardless. Imperial Pilus Prior says nay. Lord Zenas
Lives.
Imperial Tribunus Militum says deplorable. That our own officers should be fooled by Eorzean misinformation.
That's even better for us. Everything is good over there. You won't come.
Provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official, and above all accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. Imperial Pilus Prior says they would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains. Then, we shall soon put the lie to their claims.
Who? Greetings. I needed that one a long time ago.
Lise says Cyber. Great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Having the broad at the
I just got that.
People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, you'd never have contemplated following his heart. Nargo says the Council has also decreed that we're to maintain a presence at Ralbra's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. Lise says that's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now. Not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader.
And?
It's, Shanti's daughter. You know,
What?
the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding.
If the Shanti's daughter is the leader, then someone has to be making decisions for her. So it's a shadow government.
But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordana. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may only be the internet, but at least she's responded. I'll get through to her yet.
Alphino says, Cyber, there you are.
Lise, Alphino, Alize. Is everything alright? Alize says we've received word from Tatari. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that she didn't say, only that we should come to Kugorne right away.
Alphino says I had a mind for the two of us to set forth together, but Alize is determined to make it a party.
Yeah, she doesn't want to miss out anything anymore.
Alize says, as I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands.
Alphino says worry not, sister, I have quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You will be joining us, I trust?
Lise says, huh. I was about to say I'd come too, but I just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be.
Right. She's not part of us here no more.
Rest assured, should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off, then. Hancock and Tataru will wait us at the Ruby Bazaar offices.
We flying for the small price of 1,500.
East Aldnard Trading Company aide says greetings, honored sir. May I show you in?
Like the new look?
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugari and Soroban are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual.
Oh my god.
The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu. I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
You search everywhere.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest? Thank you. If Gorsetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to
Gusetsu is a badass. He got shot in the back, slashed, and a whole building came onto him. And he got swept to the sea.
Is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not. But I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garlean's movements and more besides.
What was that smile? That's suspicious. What are you up to?
The informant awaits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he.
Alize says one of the finest informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
That's you?
Says permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail.
Tataru says I'll give Soroban a hand. If he's providing us a ship, the least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us.
Alphino says a welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, then, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi.
Okay. There's a lot of cutscenes.
Alize says this should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes.
Question mark says it has been a while, my friends. Yes, yes, a long while indeed.
Who is it? Oh my god, it's the fishes in it.
Alize says I knew it. Kyoto, any funny business, and you know what will happen, I trust?
Kyoto says no, no. No funny business. Only loyal service and the finest quality information. Of course, such quality does not come cheap.
I knew it when they zoomed in at a certain height.
No. But then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we were born yesterday. I've half a mind to call Lise.
Kyoto says no, no. Please, I beg you. No boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge.
Free of charge, this guy.
The Empire searches for Yotsuyu. High and low, far and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. Alphino says, and have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gisetsu and Yotsuyu? Kyoto says, alas, see them with my own eyes, I did not. But the Imperials are confident. Yes, yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But here is something they do not know. A rumor which you will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Roigadan samurai appeared on Kogane Dori with a beauteous maiden, and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. It was no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship.
Alize says, well, that is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker in question?
She does not trust him at all.
Kyoto says or no. Regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shofuku Shikai.
Alize says, now why would that be? I wonder. If I didn't know better, I'd think he'd lent you money.
Kyoto says ahem. He will help you, I am certain. While you speak with him, I will make contact with my Garlean connections and learn what I can of their progress.
Yugavi says a glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure. But is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight?
No, he'll betray us. What choice do we have? Yeah.
Kyoto says no other choice but this. And a fine choice it is. Though I am adept at gathering information, it is so much more efficient to share the work.
Alize says he's right. Given the urgency, we would do well to split up Dot, and so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision.
Alright, let us know if anything goes bad.
Kyoto says but yes. Yes. We will go together. And there will be no boots.
She has a sword on her, so be careful. That will hurt more.
Alize says let's be about it, then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Ruby Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air.
Alphino says I believe Alize has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker?
Let me see the new emote.
You have learned the emote greeting.
Incredible. This seems like... I should have got this a long time ago.
Alphino says everything in order? Then let us proceed to Kogane Door and find the master of Shofuku Shikai.
Okay. I'm looking for master.
Perky Pawnbroker says here, we might have had customers like those you described. So many people come through, it's difficult to remember.
This doesn't seem to be the pawnbroker you see. Pushy pawnbroker says a Roigadan samurai and a maiden? Never seen it. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does.
Bruh.
This doesn't seem to...
That's an understatement. It looks like these are the old-fashioned yellers in front of businesses. Come, come, come! There's a sale. There's a sale.
Sir, welcome. Will you be buying more? Ah, so you have heard tell of the Roigadan Samurai's katana. Small wonder, it is a fine example of its kind. One moment. Alphino says, Dare, I hope you have found our pawnbroker. Excellent work, Cyber. And that is the katana?
It looks about right.
Says there can be no doubt. It is Gosetsu's blade.
Master of Shofuku Shaikaiten says the craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you will be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired.
So you're not gonna come get it.
Sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. This is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest.
Yugivi says The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return, yet it is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild.
Unless you could find a new one. I could pay, yeah.
Nay, my friend. Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well.
Alphino says Yugidi, wait. The Scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift.
Yugivi says Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly. Yet, in matters of coin, would
Should we fine?
not expect to be consulted.
We barely spend on anything.
Alphino says come now. Our friend would never have relinquished his blade were the need not great. And are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Tataru will wholeheartedly agree. Master of Shofuku Shaikaiten says it's settled. Then, you have made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you would be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers.
How much is he even asking for?
Yugivi says if I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him.
Master of Shofuku Shaikaiten says a friend of yours, you say? I see. Well then, I suppose there can be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with a requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for Dengo. I duly recommended those served at the Umineko tea house, and thither did they set off. Alphino says, clamoring for Dengo? Can these truly be the same people? It makes no sense.
A lot must have happened. Uh-oh, I didn't read what they said. What he said? Some manner of code perhaps, but it's... Let's go to the tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. Okay. Okay, I gotta go that way. Oh. Actually, that saves me time. Tea house? Oh, it's right there.
Amay says, but of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down Dango as he on it while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shirakaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. Yugiri says so Gosetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who travels with him, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yatsuyu.
Hope on the waves? Uh-oh, that sounds like a task. A trial.
While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier, and make ready to sail. With luck, Alize will already have joined Master Soroban and Mistress Tataru there.
Oh boy, we're still in the 80%. Wow.
Soroban says excellent timing. My friends, Mistress Alize arrived near...
Alize says all went well at my end. Gyodo met with an Imperial officer and... It seems the troops who recently arrived in Kugore came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say they'd picked up Gosetsu's trail.
Alphino says then your information matches ours. We are quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland.
Tataru says I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? You used silence to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price?
Yeah, we didn't hoggle a little.
Alphino says well, we were in some haste, and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here is the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid.
Pray see that the man is paid.
Tataru says Thor's beard. You agreed to this?
Give me strength.
Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. But Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come.
Oh, he's in trouble.
You get back. Promise me.
Alphino says very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. Soroban says first, let us go to the ruby price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him.
And they have to pay for the river dye. The ruby dye. Maybe they'll know too. Oh.
Alphino says Tataru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist. I am sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. Ah, but I digress. We have work to do.
Oh, another level 70. Time to focus. Last one of the night. We're probably gonna get attacked by Imperials.
I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
What in the world? Who fired that?
What's going on up there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
We have to join. Because Setsu might be there.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy. But with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless...
Unless Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Alright, let's get to it.
We may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
He doesn't want to be made fun of not swimming. What?
Come.
Yeah, I didn't know where that attack was coming from. Do we bring the sword? This is really the time where he needs to use it.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Jesus.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gozetsu.
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
Yeah, how's that gonna work out for you? Oh god, where is my mouse? Oh god, we're surrounded. Yeah, right there, right there. Oh, I bring him here? Okay, okay. Yep, we made it in time. What the hell is that? I care not what we face. Very bold of you. Very... Nice. He slowed. Somewhere else. Perfect. I knew it. I knew it. So predictable. Oh my god. You guys keep coming. They really threw everything at me. Oh wow. Very good, very good. Uh-oh, he's charging up.
Gozetsu, thank the heavens.
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
You don't know.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that.
Should we heal him first? He's...
We were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time?
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
Her trauma. She went back to her trauma.
Surely.
That was my first thought, and I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
Hey, you. Calm down, guy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
Jesus, you still charging us?
As Tansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuyu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she will already be waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right.
Alize says Gosetsu. Thank the gods you're safe. It was all I...
Soroban says, and it was all I could do to restrain her.
Alize says, can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Cyber is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her.
She's just a little child right now, at least.
Natsuyu says, greetings. Alize says they tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine. But I want you to know something, I won't be taking my eyes off you. Not for a moment. Natsuyu says these people are strange. Are you sure they're your friends?
Gosetsu says I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear.
Yotsuyu says all right, if you say so. Yugivi says,
Shake her head.
Alphino says right. 'Tis past time we set sail. I for one would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Soroban says I, and the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores, near Asari but out of the villager's sight.
You've done your part. Thank you very much.
Here is where we part ways, my friends. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Cyber, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture.
I will help you out. Thank you for this favor.
It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present
Perfect. I need money.
Scion's coffers and restore the smile to Mistress Tataru's face. Alphino says, oh, come along, Tataru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost?
Alize says far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Gosetsu's is worth a fortune. Enough to buy a house
Damn.
and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price.
Alphino says what? I had no idea.
We spend it all.
This business venture of Soroban's, you will give it trust? He has been good to us after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds.
It was such a hard impact. You will be foolish to decline right now. Alright, from here we're gonna leave it. Tomorrow we go off from here. Thank you everyone for being part of this journey. We're getting closer and closer. to finishing it. These last 20% of stormblood, it just doesn't seem where it's gonna end. But we've been getting good moments so far, so it's no problem. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.